Before I share this video with you, I just want to let all of you know you're amazing, and thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting this channel, watching my content, sharing it on social media, and just being there and being who you are. If it wasn't for you, I would have given up on YouTube a long time ago. And I know these are very challenging times for many people, and with the current cell phone outages and how it has impacted some people, especially during emergency circumstances, my heart goes out to those people. And now let's get into this video. I did not want to have to make a video like this, but I want to have full transparency here. And something happened last night, and I'm worried. And I feel like the last bit of hope that I ever had has been crushed, and I don't know if there's any way to get past this. Last night, about an hour after I had uploaded my latest video following the cell phone outages across the country, that's when things took a turn for the worse. And I found out about this whole cell phone outage across the country through YouTube. There has been something trending on YouTube, and that is a cell phone outage. You search cell phone outage on YouTube, and you get a lot of videos about it, including one that my best friend Omar uploaded a couple days ago. It's got 1.1 million views, and I congratulate him, and I'm proud of him. There's a lot of people out there sharing that, and people are getting tons of views. So beyond this point is when things took a turn for the worst. And it's not about the views that I was not getting on the videos. It's something that's going much deeper and more complicated than that, which almost landed me in the hospital. While searching that, I cannot find my video anywhere. And I go through hundreds of videos and nothing shows up. I have to go and directly put in my channel name in order to find my video. And so now we're here after searching my channel name, and I have 238,000 subscribers as of now. And here's the topic. 14 hours ago, I did a live stream. I don't know. I uploaded the video inspired by the trending topic. And I only noticed it because my best friend Omar uploaded something. And I said, okay, well, what's trending on YouTube? And I searched it. And then look at mine. 350 views 10 hours later. That is a slap in the face. That is a big, huge slap in the face by the YouTube algorithm. I feel favoritism is at play here, or censorship. Although it seems like my video has not resonated well with the YouTube algorithm, and whether or not there's censorship or whether or not there's favoritism that's going on through YouTube, the big concern is not about that in itself. It's about what happened to me an hour after uploading that video and realizing that all this hard work that I put into that video was basically discarded by the YouTube algorithm. It was basically like it was worth nothing. That's when I had a panic attack. That's when I thought I was having a heart attack, and I was ready to call 911 because I didn't know what was going on. And I feel like that this became overwhelming emotionally, and I feel like that any hope that I've had has been crushed. Now I'm going to get deeper into this because this goes very deep, and I don't know why this had such a big impact on me other than the thought that YouTube could have possibly had my back if everything else in my life did not work out. I went through 2 jobs recently. One, I got fired before I got hired. The other one, the company was not running the way I thought they should be running. I feel like they were just ripping off their clients and customers by depriving them of the quality that they deserve. So they're paying a premium price and getting less for what they're paying for. And I felt that was wrong. And I felt like they were just putting money before people. And I didn't want to be with the company that way. I didn't care how much they were going to pay me. And I felt like that was just my moral beliefs. And I feel like with that, God would be looking after me because I am on the good side of that. I'm not going to work for a company that I feel is going to be ripping people off, okay? That's just an opinion of mine. I'm not going to say what company it is, but it's somewhere here in Georgia, and that's as far as that's going. But the problem is, when I resigned from that job, one of the things that gave me the strength to say I am no longer working for your company, that I don't believe in this company because of how you put the money before your clients and your employees. I felt like I had something to fall onto. I felt like I had a cushion to fall into. I felt like that there was something there that had my back, and there was a contingency, and I felt like that things were going to work out. And that was YouTube. I felt like if this job did not work out, YouTube had my back. I felt like YouTube would be the cushion. This would be the arm that would hold me. This would be something that would keep me from losing everything and losing all the hope that I've ever had, because I've had hope in YouTube, and the recent trending topics on YouTube have given me new hope. And that's why I ended up quitting that job, on top of me not agreeing with their work ethics. I felt like I can just follow on a trending topic, especially a topic that I have a lot of interest in. And as long as I could do one or two of those trending topics every month, I feel like that would keep my channel growing and help me sustain a financial income on the side to help supplement my failing business. So that was a hope that I was having, and I felt like that this was a solid plan. I did the videos about the aliens in Miami, and they did really well. I mean, hundreds of thousands of views. There was a good financial perk of that, and I don't like to get into the details, but it really did well, and I felt like that I was able to at least start putting money back into my retirement if I were to continue having that kind of success in my videos. But that was a short-lived thing, and that only worked for a couple of days of videos that were trending, and I kind of got stuck on that trend, and I just wanted to keep chasing that high because I felt like that's where my future is going to be, and that's where the money would be, and the growing of the channel, and rebuilding what I once had here on YouTube and making it the way it used to be. And it's not just about the money, because YouTube revenue is, unless you have millions and millions of views every day, the money is not that big. But in my circumstance, only making $600 to $800 a month, anything is better than nothing. And that trending stuff was getting close to having the $600 to $800 a month if I were to stay on that path. And that would be a great addition to my business income. But the problem is I had false hope. I had too much false hope. I relied too much on YouTube being the support that I needed when other things didn't work out. And at least I would have some side income to complement my failing business. That's when my panic attack set in, or anxiety attack, which I thought was another heart attack. And that's when I was feeling like this was the end of everything. This was the end. I felt so devastated. I felt so overwhelmed. All these emotions that I was feeling, on top of living alone and feeling like I'm losing my house. I just had to get rid of my vehicle. There's so many things that I'm losing hope in when it comes to my finances and my health. And it's like, I don't know what's next. Am I going to lose my house next month? Next year? How long does it take before your house ends up for sale through a tax auction? Like they do a tax sale if you don't pay the taxes. And I cannot afford to pay the taxes coming up. I am being honest. I cannot. This is full transparency. I cannot afford the taxes coming up, and the insurance and the payments and all this. It is out of my reach. And I was grasping onto YouTube as some way to save me from this devastation. I don't want to be on the streets with no medical coverage. And homelessness, I've helped people who are homeless. I've given to people. I've donated. I've been very generous. When I was making money, I had the biggest heart, and I still do, but I don't have the means like I used to. And it breaks my heart. And this topic about the cell phone outages, that resonated with me so much, because for the last 35 years, I have been very, very, very into radio communications. I have been communicating around the world since 1987, okay? I have been into radio communications for so many years. I have built radios from the ground up. I have installed antennas. I have climbed up towers. I have worked and repaired on radios. I have modified radios. I have done so many things. And of course, modifications were done properly and through being licensed to do such things. So there were things that I was able to accomplish. And it gave me so much experience. And the experience was amazing, reaching out to the world. And I was communicating through satellites. I was doing satellite uplinks and UHF, VHF, and HF radio communications. I was the voice that was known worldwide. I had a radio station with over $60,000 worth of radio communications equipment. I still have some radio equipment, but not as much because financial situations forced me to sell a lot of that radio, equipment that I've accumulated over the years. So I have that experience, and I've worked for a major wireless cellular phone company. I've done so much within the company, the maintenance, installation of the antenna systems, the climbing the towers, the repeater rooms. They have these closets full of radio transceivers, receivers, transmitters, the cell phone transmitters in these rack mounts. I've seen it all. I've been there, done that. I know the ins and outs of the cellular network, how they operate, the uplinks. I mean, everything. They have everything going on, and I'm so knowledgeable of all that. And with all this experience and knowledge, and having these special courses that I've taken in high school with science, electricity, electronics, I've been, doing so many things on hand, and, I'm all about science, and it's a passion that I have. And so with all that knowledge and experience and passion on that kind of thing, this cellular outage resonated with me. I felt so connected to it, and then it just broke my heart after uploading it and seeing how it got discarded by YouTube's algorithm, how people they weren't interested in it. It was like no one cared. If I felt like I was being censored, I felt like somebody was trying to quiet me. Somebody was trying to keep me from sharing my opinion, my experience, my knowledge, my point of view on something. And I don't know if this is the YouTube algorithm thinking that I'm spam or something. I don't know what it is, or if there's favoritism going on where some YouTube content creators are just liked by someone who works behind the scenes in YouTube. Like maybe someone can make someone fail if they don't like them for some personal reasons. And I don't see why anybody would not like me. I'm like the most loving person ever. I have the biggest heart ever, just like my best friend Omar. He's got a big heart. And I feel like he and I are so much in common. We're so alike, We may not have the same exact interests and hobbies. Like I've been into radio communications since I was a teenager, and I've worked on radio equipment from the government and everything, and I don't understand why I am being pushed on the back burner on this topic. Like, why are people not interested? Why is the YouTube algorithm not pushing something that I'm highly knowledgeable of? I feel like this is censorship and favoritism, and it's breaking my heart. And the fact that I got so invested in this and spent almost 2 days editing one video. 2 days of my life just thrown away on a video. I didn't eat all day. I barely had anything to drink. I barely got any steps. I was just fixated on making that video. And you can see the amount of effort I put into that video, the amount of time. And I know some might not appreciate that. And it just hurts me to see that other people are doing well with this topic. And there's people that really don't know much about the cellular network. They don't have this 35 years experience that I have. They don't have all that on their belt. And I have this, and yet I've only got 300 and something views on a video in the last 8 to 10 hours. That breaks my heart because I see other people getting hundreds of thousands of views who probably know nothing about the cellular networks, don't have the insights on all that. There may be some out there that do have some knowledge, but some that don't have the experience and knowledge that I have over the last 35 years. And so that's why I feel conflicted, and that's why I feel these emotions. And I'm just thankful that I'm still here, because after last night, I don't know if it was an emotional breakdown, a panic attack, anxiety attack, it was a cardiac thing, but it lasted about 30 minutes, and I was at the point where I'm going to have to call 911 and call my neighbors, but I don't want to call them too late at night because it was getting late, because I uploaded the last one really late. I deleted it. First, I deleted it because I was getting stressed and I was getting anxiety. It was like, okay, I upload it. 30 minutes later, it only got 60 views. I'm like, this is, all right, I'm getting anxiety, okay? I deleted it. I said, well, maybe this just didn't work right. Maybe I got to do something and fine tune it. I re-uploaded it again. An hour later, it got like 70 views. And that's when I started, it just started hitting me like a freight train. All of a sudden, full-blown panic attack. And I'm thinking, I'm fucked. Nothing's going to work out, because I solely relied on, I quit my job, even though I got to calm down. I did not agree with their work ethics, but I could have just continued working there but not supporting their new operations that they were implementing. I could have just said, well, I'm not participating in it. I'll work for your company, but I'm not going to do that. And then see how long that'll last before they finally say, okay, well, we've given you this much time to start to change protocol and you're still stuck in the way we were doing things before. Well, we can't keep you. So I was just going to stretch it out as long as I can do it. And hopefully thinking in the back of my head, well, maybe somebody will speak up and say, this isn't right. This shouldn't be running. And other people will say, well, we're not going to follow a new protocol. We're going to quit. And I was kind of in the back of my head, I was hoping that was going to happen. And then I could have kept the job. I figured maybe if they were to just not act on their new plans to, save money by skimping on the quality of their products and service so that people like us who have a conscience have a decision to make whether or not we quit the job or just keep working and just don't adapt to the changes and see how long it's going to last before they finally say, we're going to let you go, and then see if you can collect unemployment and then see if you have a case against them because you don't agree with them. But I thought I had YouTube in my corner. I thought that I could just follow my passion and then things will be okay. I thought following the experience that I have, the knowledge that I have, and come across a trending topic that resonates with me, that I can connect to, that I can bring to YouTube, backed by my knowledge and experience, and that it would do so well, that it would be the gift that would continue to give. And I feel like this false sense of hope just now has led me to a feeling of failure and the feeling that all hope that I had is no longer there. Like, there's no hope. I feel like this is set in stone. I'm losing everything. I've lost so many members on this channel. I've lost subscribers. People can be hateful out there. And I don't know what it is with some people and why they don't want me to succeed on this platform. The video got hate as well. So many dislikes. I don't know if re-uploading a video rubbed off the wrong way on people and they're not happy about it. I don't know. Maybe you didn't like the video. And please let me know, what am I doing wrong here? What am I doing wrong? Because I need to be guided. Sometimes I need someone to say, hey, you're doing this wrong. You're doing that wrong. This is what you should do. And don't do this. So I know what direction I'm going on this channel, because I need guidance and direction. I have a good friend, Omar. Unfortunately, I don't get to hang out with him anymore. I feel like the more successful his YouTube channel becomes, the less time I have to spend with him, or maybe the less time he has for me because he's so busy with YouTube. And I can't blame him for it, because I've been down that road before where I didn't have time to do much and I was so focused on YouTube. And then I realized that I missed out on a lot of things in my life that were very important to me, and I felt like YouTube kind of got in the way. And so I had to throttle back, because once I came to the realization that YouTube was becoming too much of a priority and then other things were getting set aside, I realized that had to stop. And so for some people, they might not see that coming until something happens, whether it's a loss of a loved one. Unfortunately, I had lost a couple of loved ones over the years, and then I have regrets that I was making YouTube videos, and there were times where I spent 2 or 3 days on a video, and that 2 or 3 days I could have spent with this person, or I could have visited family members, or I could have been somewhere to visit somebody, instead of having that 2 or 3 days stuck in a room editing a video. And when that time comes, then there's either a breakup in a relationship or whatever it may be, then there's that regret that the time you invested in YouTube has taken away from the time you could have invested in your friends or family. And I feel like that's the demon in YouTube. And I just wish that there was a way to go back in time and undo some of that. And I feel like now maybe all that's falling. It's like it's burying me right now. I feel like I'm bringing the past and everything all at once, and now it's just finally hitting me emotionally. It's becoming like a burden on my emotions. And that's why I was saying, like, making the paranormal videos was something that's not good for my mental health, because I feel like I'm so fixated on trying to entertain everybody at my own expense. Like, I'm just sacrificing my happiness and my sanity to entertain people, instead of me just doing something that makes me happy and makes me feel fulfilled. Like doing this topic on the cellular network outages, that is like something that I can connect with. That is something that I have a passion for, the technology involved, things like that. It's like, you want to have a conversation and be educated about something from someone who has a lot of experience on a topic, talk to me about technology. Talk to me about the modern day cars, muscle cars. Talk to me about cellular networks, radio communications. Talk to me about electromagnetic energy and radiation. And talk to me about all these things. electronics, electrical theory, antenna theories, mechanical things. Like, you talk to me about that and I'll educate you on it. And it just breaks my heart that when I have all this abundance of knowledge in this topic, that it gets wasted away in YouTube's algorithm. It's discarded, it's thrown away like it's trash. It's treated like it means nothing. Like, all that time, all that energy, all that experience over the years, it's like it means nothing here. And I am heartbroken. And yeah, my friend Omar, I'm proud of him. I mean, he's got 1.1 million views on that video in 2 days. When I saw he did that video, that was kind of what got me started, on this topic. Even when he did the other video about the aliens, I noticed that. And when I saw that video, I'm like, oh, damn. Omar does videos about paranormal most of the time, or exploring places. He does some videos on his farm, but, the paranormal is what really does well with him. And then he kind of went off topic, but it's not too far off topic, the alien thing. It's kind of mysterious and paranormal in a way. So it's like, it can relate to some extent. And then that video did really well. I'm like, okay, well, here we are. Back in the day, I used to do trending videos. That was what made my YouTube blow up. I was doing trending topics and I enjoyed it. But then there were people that were jealous because I was getting more views than them. And then they were attacking my channel. They were threatening me. They were, trying to make my life miserable. And these people were just exploiting the YouTube algorithm. And there was these women out there who were using their, I would say, their looks, their cleavage to get views on trending topics. And then basically those topics were just kind of lame. Like, I don't judge things by the cover of a book. I want to see what's inside the book. I can give a rat's ass about some woman showing her cleavage on YouTube because I'm not that guy. Okay. I look for the inner beauty in people. I look for the story inside the book. I'm not a person who's all about the cover of the book. The qualities in a person is the person who they are inside, not the exterior, what they look like, So I guess for the majority of the world, you got a lot of guys out there who would want to see that, and so they click on it. So they were getting all these clicks and views, but yet I'm doing a honest video with an honest thumbnail of just my face with whatever expression I may have at the time, presenting the trending topics in my YouTube content without clickbaiting them, without putting a picture of a woman who could be a model in the thumbnail, which to me is ridiculous because these women were doing this and then they were attacking me because I was getting more views than them, and I felt like that was wrong and that wasn't fair. And I ended up giving up that because it was just too much stress. And I ended up just sharing my family fun vacations and taking you on the road with me. And that's kind of what direction YouTube went for a while. And from that point, I got creative with skits and entertainment. And then years later, I started dealing with what I believe has been paranormal and ghosts haunting the house that I moved from, and then the house I moved to, and then the house I moved to again. But here I am today, uncertain of what my future holds, because now I feel like the hope that I had has been crushed. Now, my best friend Omar, he's really experienced in the paranormal. He's really good with the animals. He's good with being on the farm and everything. And what I don't understand is how the YouTube algorithm doesn't recognize the similarities between me and Omar. Like, we are so alike. And I feel like just he and I being alike and having a lot of knowledge on so many different topics that, we would equally succeed on YouTube, right? And I feel like the one advantage that I may have had, and he's got advantages over me, but sometimes one person can have an advantage over another thing than the other person has, so it kind of evens the playing field. But I feel like me having 35 years of radio communications and being on the field and installing antenna towers and climbing tall towers and installing coaxial cables and connecting communications devices and wiring up the power and being in the inside of the cellular network and knowing the ins and outs and climbing cellular towers, which is a very risky job, and running coaxial cables, maintenance and repair. And even on the sales end, I was into wireless cellular sales as well. So I have so many different aspects, so many different aspects in that niche. I have so much knowledge in the telecommunications, radio communications, cellular communications, digital radio communications. I feel like maybe I had a slight advantage on that particular topic. So I felt like I would at least get more views than what I gotten. And so I don't understand what happens. Like, does YouTube play favoritism with people? Not saying that my best friend Omar is, getting favoritism from YouTube. I'm not saying that he's, somehow knows somebody through YouTube and they're just giving, because he works hard for his content. He puts a lot of time in his content, a lot of effort in his content. So there's a reason why he gets a lot of views. But I also feel like the YouTube's algorithm plays favoritism with certain people based on the community that they have supporting them. I mean, you can be putting months and months into one video, upload it on YouTube, barely anybody gets it. Omar is more free to be himself. And the problem that I'm having is that I have troubles putting my walls down. I'm so OCD about this and that. And I also just have a level of privacy that I try to maintain. And I feel like I've become uptight. And it doesn't mean anything personal with anybody on YouTube who watches my videos. It doesn't mean that I'm trying to hold, back my real life from you if you're invested in me. It's that we all have a different way of handling our privacy on YouTube. And some of us are more relaxed about it. Some of us are more uptight. And so a lot of circumstances in my life become very guarded because of me being, a dad and raising kids over the years and then having the YouTube hobby. And we were, just all together going on vacations. And I became very protective and besides being protective as a parent, being protective of the privacy of the family unit, of everyone that was around me. So, that in itself kept me guarded over the years. And even living alone, it's like I become so uptight about my privacy and so uptight about, sharing a lot of my real life on YouTube, and also thinking that a lot of my real life is very boring outside of the paranormal aspect of things that I've shared. And that's kind of where I am right now. I'm at a loss when it comes to YouTube because I don't know if the community here on YouTube has lost hope in me, lost faith in me, doesn't believe in me like they used to. And I know you may be watching right now, losing faith in me, losing hope in me, thinking that I have lost my direction, that I have lost hope and I've given up on the YouTube community. And now all I'm doing is just uploading whatever I think is going to do well and disregarding what people would like to watch. But the whole alien topic resonated with me because I've always been intrigued with the aliens, because I have seen something years ago when I was a kid. I saw a UFO. From that point on, I was like, I have been intrigued and interested in that. So when that topic came, it wasn't like, oh, let me just go on a trending topic so I can get views and see if I can make money and grow the channel. It was, oh, there's a trending topic. And look what it is. It's about aliens and UFOs, and like, this is something I'm interested in. So I felt like the interest that I have in that topic, on top of the knowledge and on top of it being something that would resonate well with me, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a video on this and I'm going to upload it on YouTube. And if it does well, then hey, I enjoyed doing the video. I enjoyed the content because, I'm very interested in that topic. And if it does well, it's a win-win. And so here we are with the cell phone outages. And it's not the cell phone outages itself. It's not because I've had daughters who were so, connected to their cell phones that, like anybody with teenagers, at the time, they're all grown up, married now. But I'm saying when you got teenagers, they're like connected to their phones. If they're out of service for a whole day, it's like, oh my gosh, they just ran out of air. What are they going to do? It's like life's complicated now. So for me, it wasn't that aspect of it. It was the science behind it. It was the technology behind it. It was the conspiracies behind it. It was the potential wrongdoings that caused the power outages and how this can be compromised, and the science behind it when it comes to how solar flares can be a cause, or this or that. And there was so much details that I have knowledge of based on my life experiences in the technical field in radio communications and cellular communications. And I felt like this was something that was meant for me. And it was a slap in the face when I uploaded that content after putting so many hours and losing sleep and not eating and barely doing anything other than editing. And then YouTube doesn't promote it. People can care less. Only a few of you really enjoyed watching it. And I thought maybe people would see my enthusiasm, because it was a topic that I was highly interested in. So I don't know what happened. So please let me know. I know this is a very long and dragged out video, but hey, I'm just lucky to still be alive after last night because I did not know what was going on. And I was like right on the verge of calling 911, and I didn't want to bother my neighbors to bring me anywhere. And I didn't want to have to drive in a circumstance like that. And having an ambulance come here, I don't have the money. I know it may seem kind of weird. Like, why would you, worry about the money for an ambulance if you could be dying? I'm like, that's me. I'll worry about it because if something doesn't happen, then I'm stuck with a bill that I can't pay, and then things get worse. So that's my situation. Sorry that I had to make a video like this, but I feel like I had to get this out of my system. I feel like I had to get this behind me. I wish that there was a way for the YouTube algorithm to just start favoring my videos again, like they used to back in 2016 when I was sharing creepy clown videos. That was fun. Like I said, there was a lot of skits in that situation there. But it was a fun thing, and I enjoyed getting into character. And it just breaks my heart that all fell to shit too. But, try once in a while to revive it, but it's just like beating on a dead horse. But here I am sitting in my garage with my transportation back there, my bicycle. I do have a vehicle, but it's not like something like it was when I had the Tesla. I also I have a friend in the neighborhood not a hood, who has a Tesla. And I said, if you ever want to charge your Tesla, I got solar power. You can charge your Tesla for free. So the other day, he came over and parked in my driveway for like 3 hours charging off my charger. I'm like, okay, free sun. I'm this kind of person I am. I'm a generous person. It's like, I'm getting free electricity from the sun. I don't have my Tesla anymore. So I'm like, well, come on, you can charge your Tesla. And here's the thing, doing that, I'm being good for the environment and saving this guy money. Because otherwise, the wasted energy from the solar power, anything that I don't use gets wasted. And only so much power can be stored in the batteries. So I'm doing a favor to some people in this neighborhood. So that's what it is. Okay, I'm done. I hope everybody stays safe out there. You're amazing. And I just wish there was hope. I don't know what to do. I feel like my only financial cushion would have been YouTube. And now I quit this job out of my moral beliefs because, like I said, I believe in treating the customers with respect and giving them the quality they deserve and the products that they pay for. And that company was trying to deviate from that. And I don't know. I'll continue to grind and upload videos on YouTube, but I'm losing hope that YouTube's going to be there for me when I go through a much worse financial crisis than I am. And I just don't want to lose what I have. And I'm at the mercy of my health, upcoming appointments at the cancer specialist. There's so many other things that affect me financially and affect my well-being mentally as well. So I'm hoping things are going to work out. If you're able to share this video on social media, if you're able to do anything to help this channel grow by just commenting and just being there and waiting for my next video, make sure you smash that like button, turn on your notification bell so you don't miss a thing. I don't want to make videos like this that could be depressing, but I felt like this was something that had to be spoken because I didn't know if I was going to be here today. I thought I was either going to still be in a hospital or something, but luckily I didn't have to go to the hospital because I started taking deep breaths. My experience, because I've had something like this happen before, and it's scary because you don't know if this is a panic attack, anxiety attack, you don't know, or if this is a heart attack or some kind of thing that's going to lead to a stroke. And my concerns of stroke are high because I feel like I have lost something in my mind or in my mouth. I don't know what it is. The connection between my mind and verbalization of what I'm thinking, I feel like sometimes that's not in sync. And so I'm concerned that maybe there's something going on, and sometimes I'm able to speak fluently and sometimes I'm not. And I don't know if that has to do with the potential stroke that I had, or maybe I'm on the verge of a stroke, or maybe it's just the stress and anxiety that I'm dealing with that's overwhelming me. And then now I'm just, being affected that way. But stay safe, everybody. I got to go. I'm looking forward to making some more content. Maybe I'll go see my best friend Omar. I feel like I need a friend right now. I feel like I need a friend who will be there for me. And I hope he has time for me. I know he's busy. For me personally, I will always put time aside for anybody because I've learned my lesson over the years with YouTube. And I think sometimes people have to learn the hard way when it comes to YouTube and balancing that time and relationships. But I just hope the best for everybody, and stay safe and take care.